understands that he's not in the best of positions. His wall's about to go down as well. This one should fall. The players on the other side. It's Rossy take down his counterpart. Now Net gonna try his hand, but FaZe swift here in the retake, but Net gets back too. Here on the site, unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Net falls to the snake bite. JonahP falls to his counterpart, and that's the start we needed from FaZe. In the second round from the guard, and that brings them to this buy that they have here.
It is a fast one as well. A little bit more aggressive towards that A side, but it seems like it's gonna get shut down fairly quickly. A little bit different, a little more difficult for them to deal with. Even then, though, they've been having a pretty good performance in Lotus throughout the split, and since available, actually, he might be able to do it. Trent,
30
last
seconds
one here,
left.
managed to get 2 with a Bulldog. 1v2.
Yeah, you can't let this kid into these situations. This should not be possible. Trent takes 2 heads with him as he posts up heaven. Poison orb down on the spike as well. 2 snake bites to play with, but angles to worry about. As that door opens up, he's going to drop down silently on the ropes. And 2 players, both players, I should say, going to look to link up with one another. Running out of time, though. And
This one.
in the first real round is Tex aggressively out. Oh my god, things get awkward for a second. They high five, they bump hips, and now the guard are finally starting to find some kills. BABYBAY inside all of the cloud coverage. Unfortunately, those skies will be cleared, and Tex will take down his counterpart. An explosive start to the round here out towards this A site, and FaZe find themselves with only 2 remaining.
1 enemy remaining.
This is finally what it feels like the start.
For them, they head to a vacant bomb site. They've got themselves an orb along the way, so they really are making sure to cross
30
their
seconds
T's
left.
and dot their I's to get the most out of this round. And now all that's left to do is win this one flawlessly.
Yeah, and Rossy, like I said, having a chance here, but just too difficult. The door is as well close. So you cannot
Toxin screen down.
go for that one angle. The guard here set up for success on their first round. 3-1.
Still waiting to see that as they rotate through the spawn. Out come the Seekers. JonahP trying to hunt everybody down, and the guard assume full control of tree here. Good frenzy shots from Supa, though, and when he's good in the clutch, he's even better with the frenzy. Almost does it again, but 2 players prove to be just too much as that Viper's pit comes down. And Rossy wants to hang on to this site. He doesn't want to give it up at all, and we find ourselves a weapon deficit for FaZe, but a 3v3. And the guard, they're starting to rethink the decision they've made here. Unfortunately, Trent's on the wrong side of the door. Well, maybe it's the right side of the door.
Yeah, if you get your 1 here and you take down Poise, that is the right side. Especially, I mean, even committing to is completely going for that lockdown. It's ult after ult that we're seeing. First from that harbor, then answered by the Viper, but the time slowly running out. The guard have to
10
plant here.
seconds left.
And we'll get it planted
Toxins going up.
uncontested. So now time on their side. Also a player ahead. Valyn a bit lower in HP, but they're not doubled up. They're tripled up here inside a tree. I'm not too sure if the call... Well, actually, the call for Rossy is full send. He's already slid his way down. He's going to have a hard time getting out of this one. So Dicey just looking to reposition, try and play that high-low with him. And I think they're going to be in for a pretty rude awakening. Alarm bot reveals position of 1. The alarm bot not actually even dealt with, and you're running out of time. If you're FaZe, you have the credits to try and go for this round, but you need to find the kills here. And in a moment, it needs to be in a split second, the blink of an eye, and that does not seem to be the case. So Rossy will back away, concede the round, and hope to play some exits. He'll find his first. Expecting more, unfortunately doesn't. This is the big map. Yeah, and you're running out of time. If you want to try and guess this one, you have to do it right now. But BABYBAY looking to make the decision for them. 2 players fall to the hands of the king. And just like that, the guard now reeling in it. And cues up the blind, sends that one across. I mean, the Cove will keep him up short for just a second, but Valyn's on the other side. He's been taken down, so it's 10 HP. The Viper who's been chipped away. The decay is there, but the bodies aren't for the guard. FaZe have done it, a beautiful retake, but it all started with BABYBAY's double kill at this round.
Yeah, it was really good. In one way, because of what we've seen from FaZe, you have to be expecting it, but reacting time for the operator, it's just so much more.
This time maybe not so lucky. Out towards C, however, no op needed.
Wow.
Supa Matt just cues up the paranoia, looking to play contact off of Rossy, who's been taken down. Here comes the blind. 2 players. Too many for Supa, so the shots go wide. He'll back away, gonna try and sneak off the site. Up in hand, and he does. Tuck away safely into the corner. So the site, it's been given up to the guard, but a player ahead or FaZe. And they'll be looking to play retake. That spike yet to be planted. Finally, it will go down. Wait, they're not giving them but a moment here. They've already pushed all the way through. Quick scope comes through. BABYBAY almost next up as he sends one back. And the guard have somehow... And we're seeing it now, right? 5-point stance. They don't want to give up too much. And as they try and fake this play out towards B, the A site hit is underway. And supamen will take one for his troubles. Unfortunately, FaZe are going to have to retake only with 3.
And it manages to work out. They go for that ult, they go for that fake on the B side. Oh, they take their number to the advantage, but still turns out even 3v3. The guards who played his post plant.
In the mind games, the door opens up. Where are those players playing? The guiding light will reveal a player out this way. No, actually doesn't reveal valyn, but BABYBAY's still ready for it. And walks away, opens up the door himself. So a 2v2 is where we land, but that spike continues to tick in favor of the guard. And you hear it, the rhythm it picks up. FaZe gonna have to try and make a play, but it seems like the call is to just walk away from it all. No, BABYBAY pushes forward, hopes to do some extra damage. Now has to wait for this door once more, and it does seem will be allowed to survive. So will the 2 remaining for the guard, but nothing to do with it. So like you mentioned, they go back to it. Unfortunately, they don't meet anybody here. Rest of the players for the guard out towards C side, excuse me. And the linchpin in all of this, right? Even if you thought, yeah, this is it. There's a linchpin. Trent's just hanging out, not needed on the site. Met by the blade, so BABYBAY cuts him down. Supa's been good in the clutch. I don't know if that 33% win percentage is with only a sheriff. So he's gonna back away from it and hope somebody gets a little too aggressive on the hunt. Meanwhile, BABYBAY also doing the same. Damage control. Hunting bodies, taking away guns, the best they can to try and hurt the economy of the guard, but this round seemingly on the way of the attack.
With all the map control that they were able to take, and especially the good read that we got the chance to see from...
Yeah.
And it is working.
Option here. Well, that is working. Somehow, some way that is working. Tex just walks up as the point man with an operator and continues to find kills like that open up these sites, and just really steals away the options for the guard. They can only play the extremities unless they want to do something crazy, but we've seen them put a lot of pressure this way, usually looking to either deal with the utility or keep a player here on the site, and that's exactly what they do this time around. Those nanoswarms get popped. Trent's out on an island here, but he wins the fight. Dicey was not ready for the angle out towards Ben. Now valyn on the cross, poised. Won't quite find the shots, and we match pit for pit as poised just sneaks away from that. Spike will go down with 10 seconds on the clock, but so will Trent. The pit will fall behind it, and the guard, they've backed away from it all. But there's only 3 players alive.
It's a 4v3, but the guard have won these before, and now they're going to make things even. It's possible for them. The time slowly running out. All the delay as well. Kill utility. Gonna be doing just that.
Net once more. Lower in HP. Tries to take another fight. Unfortunately, loses it to the guard. Remain a player down. The high tide will block a couple of the angles. JonahP gets one back with the pop flash through. He doesn't expect a player on the box, and he can't even deal with the one right next to him. Unfortunately for FaZe, it seems they've just run out of time as BABYBAY will hop onto the spike momentarily, but it doesn't matter. The guard have done enough. valyn has done enough. The rest of the map, I mean, very passive hold out towards C. Trent wasn't even on the site. Net slowly working his way back towards B, but FaZe do what FaZe do best. They put a couple of players on their front foot. They send them forward to deal with Net. It goes 1 for 1. The trades continue back and forth. A good flash, but Tex will find the kill, and Poised is gone. Now it's all up to Supa and Dicey as we encroach inside the clutch territory just about for the Omen. And what a round this would be to find the clutch for themselves, trying to deal with the utility on the spike. Dicey, first one up here, and they're just going to stick that one. They try and spam it, but they're out of bullets. They're forced to reload. Trent will hold down the defuse, and the round will go the way of the guard.
Able to get that success early on to read that delay for FaZe, which is not something that they like to do, not something that they like to deal with.
And FaZe, they felt like they had to play here. They dealt with the nano swarm, took care, well, Thought they took care of the turret with just the flash, but it gets absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is out towards this B site. The net nanos.
By the aggression of the guard, and yeah, they have so much more utility to do this.
And that cascade is just so nice. It just gives you full clearance to push all the way out towards Mound and take away this space. They've got a few players behind it. They send the shots on through. Another cascade to keep FaZe at bay. And sure, it's a lot of noise. It's a lot of commotion. Nobody falls on either side. Looking to push through the 7th position. They're waiting on that Valyn utility. They'll finally get it. Now they look to push on through. 2 players in his face, and Poise will cut him down. Make it 3 before Trent will finally answer back.
Screen down.
But it's the 2 Ts here for the guard. They're running out of time. They have to try and find a way back on into it. Sure, the util is still up, but there's a player out towards Link, and it's Rossy. They're all going to play from the top side of the map, not looking to play this crunch. Too worried about what could be on the flank, and BABYBAY just going to try and run and gun. Unfortunately, it does not work out as Net and Valyn find themselves in the kill feed. 2 players to the good. The Cove goes out, and a player survives because of it. Poised will live a moment longer to find that kill onto Trent. And now it's all up to Net. Clutch of his own just around the corner. 2 players inside main. The snake bites are down. There's no time. He's got 7 HP. He'll push forward, but will meet his maker in Dicey. And
it seems like at least Net is going to do this, but this round, Nico for the guard, and I mean, Hex starts it well.
yeah, a good start, but then they bite off a bit more than they could chew. Hex hangs out for a bit too long. 2 other defenders fall here out towards the A site, and a scary start at first when BABYBAY goes down, but I think, you know, when the dust settles here, FaZe comfortable about the outcome of this next round. I mean, maybe anything but. A couple of shots sent out towards Rossy. And if there's ever a guy to do it, Trent is him.
The 1v3 though, with a Sheriff. So difficult for this Viper. Spots the utility as well. Has to go for this 1v1 duels, but really does seem a little too difficult.
Good patience in the nanoswarms too. Pops the first, pops the second. Trent gonna tap it. He's just hoping to keep these players here, right? He just wants them to try and die to the explosion. All stacked up. Not a heap of util to delay here. Good paranoia to allow BABYBAY into the back lines. The Omen Grape just behind it. Dark cover down. Both waterfall and backhauls blocked off, and there it is. A very familiar scene where FaZe are allowed the site and the guard want to play retake.
Welcome to my world.
You're gonna back half, but now there's a Viper's pit to deal with for this out of FaZe.
Rossy's got to go. Got to reposition. Does find his way back into the pit, though, so this one will stand, and he's pretty safe, so no spam to be found as BABYBAY will play the close angle. 2 players out towards Mound. Gonna now try and fight on the side. Meanwhile, they push through the pit, and BABYBAY will capitalize. Rossy with the snake bite down will deal with Trent. JonahP and Valyn in a tough spot to try and play not only retake, but defuse, and they realize it's a little too tough, so they'll walk away with it. Credits and weapons in hand. You can see the round to FaZe.
Keeping the 2 players alive here with their rifles, or as FaZe gets closer and closer, so they start on the for BABYBAY. He's gonna be positioned backside and managing to get his 1.
And that turret, it confirms players inside the link. The alarm bot confirms players on the site, and it's not Poise this time. It's BABYBAY to play the jump up, but Valyn gets his 1 before going out. Net also gonna walk up. BABYBAY not ready on the angle, and it's starting to fall apart. They had the site. It was all working for just a moment as BABYBAY walks away from the site with 33 health to his name. Rossy across the map out towards C. FaZe find themselves a player down with no spike.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah, the spike attempted to get planted, doesn't work out. Now BABYBAY with 30 HP, and I mean the 2 players in a difficult position, but they make things even 2v2. Operator though for Tex. Caught here.
Player standing.
The short is good enough.
30 seconds left.
Right now it's paranoia for the guard as to where Rossy could be. Just got to kill inside the spawn. And will semi-backtrack the position in which he got that kill. Turret
Yeah.
should reveal. Does get that one. 12 seconds once more. Util still here, so that will need to be dealt with. See if Net looks to get aggressive as that smoke goes down. Nanoswarm
In time.
Both teams at bay. We got 10 seconds
10
left on the
seconds
clock.
left.
Net just has to try and play stall to secure this round. And the lurk and Superman, he's been spotted. That spike won't even get planted as JonahP pops through and pops some grapes. And FaZe, Rossy, the last one standing, allowed to live for now. Will take one with them. 3 kills on in a 9-12 game on the attack of Lotus. Fortunately, BABYBAY has those knives still alive, looking to get aggressive. Spike in hand for Rossy, and with that plant, he's going to be awarded that Viper's Pit. So that swamp goes down, and we'll see how the guard pilot this one. Last time it was not successful in their retake. This time, we've got options.
Precise.
The lurk here is good, but they know the net is here already. Yeah, because
That's
of that
a big
expected
kill.
shot down.
Yep, big kill there. Net could not get more than one. So dealt with there as the flash goes through. BABYBAY holding the close angles with the knives, a right click away from finding himself a body.
Yeah.
But the guard are backing it up. Yep,
Wow.
they'll give it away.
In the Viper Spit, we've seen it about 3 times, 2 times recently. And for FaZe, that is one of the strongest.
Completely back away. Just make sure that nobody is there to push forward to try and aggress.
Get in my way.
And now it's so daunting. The op out towards A. Now the Viper's Pit down out towards C. BABYBAY gonna try his hand and working his way through this site. The spike is here. Supa on the back lines. Paranoia goes out, drops inside the smoke, but inside the pit as Trent gets up way too close and personal, and a kiss on the cheek from Trent will find Supa 6 feet under and look to be the nail in the coffin. 4 players alive for the guard. 3 remain for FaZe. They've got the spike planet.
It's a 4v3 though, and if guard is good at something, it's at taking advantage of these numbers. Should be able to do it again here, potentially, but yeah, the time running out. 2 of the players towards the backside.
Wow, okay, Dicey, aggressive. Rossy finds another. Rossy make it 3. He runs away with the last round and bolstered up just a bit stronger. This would push us to overtime if FaZe could win the 3v5. And it's a cloudburst down. It's an op shot to go wide. It's valyn to find the first, and the guard want to do it flawlessly, and that's exactly what they'll do. A close map 1, but the guard will take it to claim an early lead.
Flawless.
Map number 3 for this series.
An awkward time in the pause as that barriers go down with 2 seconds left on the timer, and with that we hop out the pause and the guard are already right in the face of the defense. Forced away is Dicey. He's gonna try and play close once more. A couple of right clicks later he'll find his kill, but JonahP there on the trade. A beautiful shock dart from Rossy though, and that's exactly what we talked about. Give this guy the comfortability and he will find the value. He eventually does get traded out, but it's Trent and valyn and find themselves the last 2 alive. A right click to the head, a left click to the body. valyn, the lone survivor here on the island, and I think he's about to get voted off. It'll be Supa and Poised. Supa puts in his vote. Unfortunately, 1 not enough. valyn be feeling a bit.
Into everybody getting there at once, so he gets lower, and in the meantime, FaZe playing so far back, getting the results, time running out for the guard.
10 seconds left.
And I mean, at this point too, if you're the guard, you just need to find a way to die. Oh, okay, maybe even
Last player standing.
look to get that spike planted. Jonah.
Aggression from the guard.
Oh yeah, it's quick, the lesser weaponry, so they'll take the fight right to him, but the guard were ready only for a moment. The crunch is there inside the B part of the map. They just get... Unfortunately, Rossy's taking a little too long. Oh, no way! The paranoia misses, and Rossy gets it done.
Oh, valyn just going for the aggression there with the paranoia.
Not market control, instead up towards the catwalk or the guard. Good paranoia out from A main. It's 4 players strong, but a paranoia in response, and Tex, the only one who is actually allowed to cross through tree. He does so aggressively. Unfortunately, he will meet his fate. JonahP collects 1 kill for the guard, but maybe 1 and done, as the weapon's a bit too far out of reach. The operator still holds it down here, and Dicey now gonna try and pick things up out towards B instead. Rossy catches them before they can even get there, and this guy, again, if Rossy don't do it, it don't get done, it seems.
Rossy just so good when it comes to taking things into his own hands and making sure the team is going to be up those rounds. In a map that, again, it's been... Nobody has been able to take down the guard on this map. It's their best map by far, especially that split number 1 that we got to see week after week.
30
3-0.
seconds left.
And even though for FaZe was a little more shaky, they're proving that this composition is working out. The read that they had in the guard was good. And where'd that go?
Shadows traveling.
That... I want to hold that thought because there is a world where the guard continue to do more damage. They'll get the spike planted. It reveals a few players up top. JonahP has no way out. Unfortunately, the glass to be broken as well. So just when I thought more damage could be dealt, it was only damage to the guard. But JonahP walked into main and hit that ranked down for lockdown. Unfortunately, for Dicey, I mean, I guess this one, it keeps the players at bay on the site, but not much more than that. Because we got the lockdown on the opposite end, FaZe are just forced to back away from this one. The guard reared up to finally find their first round here of Ascent. That did not come for free. A couple ultimates used, and a couple of kills on the way out as BABYBAY will save the yacht. The guard are finally on the board. It's nothing, so he's posted up aggressively. Meanwhile, go back to the same play out towards Catwalk, but unaffected. Supamen not gonna be hit by that paranoia. Poised. Gonna slow things down. A couple of flashes. Tosses out the 0 point and will reveal 2 players on the opposite side. Another flash on through. Will help himself to another kill. The A site. Nobody here directly on it. We go back and forth. The operator will slowly work its way across the map. That's 2 players here from FaZe for now.
I mean, his whole trades as well, and knowing that the K was there, trying to play the anti-flash. He just managed to work out to the 3v3 spike planted net. Could have a timing.
Good.
A 3v3, but BABYBAY is just so far disconnected from the play. It was nowhere near a rifle to be able to find himself helping his team. Just slowly works his way on up, and I feel the ultimate goal there for BABYBAY was, hey, I just have to play exits. If you guys can't get it done on the site, then we can't get it done at all, and that's exactly what happened.
And BABYBAY trying to go for those exit frags with the operator.
Which was quite some time ago, and that map is no longer in the pool, but we're seeing it here on Ascent. Tex, however, will take the site. Valyn will join him. That turret still gonna get some extra damage, so padding the numbers there. Damage per round. Going over to Dicey, it's a bit higher. We go no command, boys. Now wants to get aggressive, narrowly missing the opportunity to fight Tex as he drops on down. Look at this Hunter's Fury, though, from Trent. This guy just doesn't miss. 3 players affected by that, and this retake gets that much harder.
The damage as well, the utility as always for Trent on point for the Hunter's Fury, but it doesn't get any kills though.
No kills, just good damage, and nobody's actually able to capitalize on anything else as Trent and Valyn will hold on for a moment. Finally, the util finds its way back through. Trent does it once more. Looks to take this duel, and it's a hand spotted and a couple of bullets through the wall. BABYBAY 6 feet under his poise will try and fight his way out of this one. Another tap on the spike means no time to defuse, and Poise will try and walk away from it all. Operator in hand, but does he survive the explosion? It seems yes, he does, but the round for the goal.
That plays after just seeing that aggression, at least that early presence base wanted to take to guarantee their one, but now,
Spike down.
oh yeah, BABYBAY gets another one, has to back up.
There they are.
Rossy trying to capitalize. This is what I was talking about, that utility. He can help himself if he needs to. Unfortunately, everybody moved away to safety. With that, JonahP says no more util. No command online. Spike planted. Working back toward that ultimate. Tex is just on the other side of the door trying to catch somebody off guard as that flash goes through. Tex has dealt with Dicey there to bail Rossy out. 3v3, the healthier players here for FaZe. Trent, gonna hope for some spam. Dicey catches JonahP trying to hop up and play off of that dart. And with that, BABYBAY just backs away from it. FaZe in a really solid spot here to try and secure this round. Nanos will take down Rossy. Trent will duke it on out, and a shorty is just enough to deal with the 39 HP Sova. And FaZe have done it again for another round win.
Oh, that was insane though, the back and forth. 2 of the players towards hell, just watching the angle, watching the draw.
Remaining.
And it had with an Odin as well.
That smoke
damage onto Tex.
just in time. Recon bolt also just in time, but a fragment at his feet, and Rossy has to back away. He still gets one. They walked the guard into the lion's den, that lion being Rossy. As he mounts his attack once more, Poise battles back for another Trent, neutralized to only 1. As that Hunter Shuri goes wide, it doesn't find a whole lot. We find ourselves equal across the board. Nano swarms are down, spike is planted, 3v3 is where we're at.
Relying on that delay with net. Best chance here, 3v3. Rossy so low for this out of FaZe, but so is JonahP.
BABYBAY heard.
Swarm grenade out.
Net. Gonna go out on the angle. Spots the barrel. No way. Almost gives it over to him. BABYBAY goes up, but what goes up must come down. But while that was happening, it's all left into the hands of Dicey, who needs to work his way forward. Sure, JonahP is low, but Net is so darn healthy. And the guard have done it. They've
There's a line in the meantime towards mid. Yeah, BABYBAY gets the first one. Text there to react though. He's gonna be slowed down.
Oh, balance. No way. No way. They walk into market. Backs turned.
The distraction.
I mean, that's the worst moonwalk I've ever seen. That's the worst moonwalk I've ever seen. They thought they had it all for free because you had two players on the site, and it was anything but free. Rossy just dodges out on a couple of shots sent by Net. Smoke to one side, Nano Swarm down. Now they're gonna look to push on through. No help yet for Rossy as he tries to take the fight, and it's only half HP, and the guard have done it. They take away the round. FaZe give up the round to valyn and Net.
Oh, valyn.
Live with 45 HP, finds his first kill on the round. Vex though, gold rifle in hand, much like we talked about earlier. Warming up to get that operator. Net this time though, here to try and help out. Those shots will start to land.
One enemy remaining.
Fortunately, Rossy not good for much more than one here on this side. BABYBAY.
There's a ward over here.
Yeah, just completely information traded though. For the duelist on the guard. Recon Bolt won't be available. Look at the long con being played. Net gonna go up the site. Off that utility. Hope to do a bit of damage with that. Supamen hops away. Meanwhile, JonahP slowly bringing up the rear and through main.
The damage is good as well, but 4v4 and the weapons here that can be a difference maker for the side of FaZe. Have to play in sight.
Here comes that retake. Paranoid out. Nobody to deal with the recon bolt. It doesn't matter though, FaZe. They plant their feet and they say, you can know where we're at. We're still going to find these kills. We're still going to win the fights, and that's exactly what they do. As Trent goes for some spam once more, but he's just about out. Get away from the turret though. He had the idea of smoking it, but didn't commit to it as Net tucked away in logs, finds 2 kills for his trouble. Spam doesn't land from Trent. FaZe, a bit worse for wears. Meanwhile, that spike, well, it did eventually go around the world.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, just going from A to B,
Spike
back
planted.
to the A side, where it's going to be planted at the end. For the guard, they try to catch a couple of those players through Trent is going to work well. FaZe had the right idea here. But again, having to play so reactionary to the other side and for the guard. You're hoping that the time is enough here. Another drone here for the other side.
Yeah, and Poise just left in no man's land. Rossy was going for a play of his own. And unfortunately, a little too late in trying to recall that play, get back out to help Poised. All 4 players of the guard were still here. So we go back and forth. That recon both. They don't want to get spammed through the wall here. The players are suppressed. valyn looking to find the timing. The blades go through. Trent catches that trade. valyn now starting to work his way onto the side as Trent just dances around and tries to survive, and he does much more than that. valyn pushes through. Poise completely flashed up. This back and forth is starting to go the way of the guard as Dicey and Rossy, the last 2 that stand, they're so far disconnected from one another, and that spike is not in possession.
It is so unfortunate for Dicey as well. Was expecting that play. Around this side of FaZe to work out for him to shut down the guard. Never moved from these positionings towards A side. They were actually expecting it to end that towards A.
Wow, the spam on through. I mean, this is every Sova player's dream as Trent does it again. Trent starting to heat up here, and he doesn't stop in just the last
first half.
Shot down.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yep. 16 rounds in. It took 16 rounds for Trent to finally say, all right, I'm ready to play against this FaZe Clan team. Trent full util and ready to spam with Odin in hand. Instead, it's a Hunter. Shuri, but he'll split the uprights for now. Won't quite find the mark. Lockdown. Try and force the defenders. Well, to be detained, but they're going to try and fight their way through it first before they go down to the lockdown. They will fight for a couple of kills, but things are even. Trent was detained, the only one who survived the onslaught out towards the B site. Now Tex and Net work once more as a dynamic duo to try and close us out here. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, it's a low Supa.
They're low.
It's a low Poised. And the spike continues to tick. 0 point comes out. Suppressed are the players now. No util available. It's all about the gunfights and the low HP. They just might win them out. The shots go high. This is where you start to get worried, especially if you're the guard.
Bye.
Maybe FaZe have you figured out.
Turret's destroyed.
Fortunately, if you're FaZe, that's not how you want to get started. Bird goes down, and that death of Dicey basically confirms the hit here out towards the A site. Poised will deal with Net, the operator.
No command.
And then ult command just behind it. First shot goes wide. JonahP gonna try his hand, and he catches BABYBAY looking the wrong way. The op shot goes wide, but JonahP, the heartthrob, takes matters into his own hands and closes out the series. The guard hop back on their horse after a 2-0 victory of